Hi students, in the chapter we are going to discuss about silk production, especially sericulture, history of silk, production of silks, pure silks, the rearing of silk and then processing of silk, the reeling of silks. First of all students, silk fiber. See, silk is a natural fiber which is obtained from the insect groups, especially silkworm. Students, the silkworm is a very important raw material, very important insect substances to make a silk fiber. So, the silk fiber also is known as animal fiber. And the silkworm, the spin silk fiber, silkworm is very important. That is the main sources of the silk fiber. It is one of the insect character. The silk fiber is made up of the protein, especially protein. And the silk is the strongest natural fiber. You know, natural fiber and the synthetic fiber. Especially in natural fiber, particularly in the animal fiber, in the wool and silk, but in the very strongest fiber is the silk. So the next one very important concept, sericulture. Sericulture means silk forming, is a form. The rearing of silkworm is obtained silk is called sericulture. Okay. The sericulture is a very old occupation in India. It's a very old occupation in agriculture peoples. India produces a lot of silk on a commercial scale. Before we discuss the process obtaining silks, it is necessary to know about the interesting of history of silks. Okay. See students, life history of silk moth form silk. The female silk moth is lays different type of eggs and the mulberry leaves. The mulberry leaves is the important food material for the silkworm. The eggs are hatched into very small larvae within a week, around 7 to 10 days or 7 days. The larvae of silk moth are called caterpillar or silkworm. So caterpillar or silkworm, both are same. The silkworm feed on the leaves on mulberry trees and grow the bigger in size. That is the very important forming of silk. Children's next one, production of silk. In order to production of silk, the silkworm developing inside the cocoon is called a pupa. The pupa is nothing, is a cocoon. It is not allowed to nurture in the adult silk moth. So as soon as the cocoon is formed, it is used to obtain the silk fiber. That is main thing. The cocoon is very important to obtain the silk fiber, children. And to develop the silkworm, a pupa gets the killed. Then some of the silkworm is called, however, is allowed to live and nurture into silk moth, so that they can lay eggs to produce the more silkworm. Correct? There is a variety of silk moths there, which look very different from one another, and the silk yarn they yield the different type of texture and shiny. The shiny and texture is very important in the silk fiber. The most common silk moth is a mulberry silk moth. Very important. The wide range of used silk in silk industries is a mulberry silks. The silks obtained from the cocoons of mulberry silk moth is called mulberry silks. So mulberry silks is nothing. It is obtained from the mulberry silks. Silk is very soft and is not only soft nature. It is luster, very shining, and a little bit elasticity, and can be dyed in the beautiful colors. Correct? And next one students, pure and artificial silks. The pure silks is obtained from the cocoons and silkworm, and it made up of the protein fiber. The artificial silks is obtained from the wood bulb. You know very well the artificial bulb. Wood bulb is the main raw material to production of artificial silks. It made up of modified plants material is called cellulose. So cellulose is a modified. It is converted to artificial silks. Just like here, the wool is also made up of the protein. So a piece of the wooden materials are giving the smell of burning hair. A thread which burned giving the a smell of pungent purple. It will be cotton fiber. The cotton and paper both is a carbohydrate. The paper is made up of the cellulose molecules. You know very well. The main raw material of the paper is cellulose. It is also obtained from the wood bulb. So the burning of cotton and paper both giving the similar smell. The cellulose burning smells. Okay, students. From cocoon to silk, how we are making the silk from the cocoon? For obtaining silk and the silk moth are reared and their cocoon are collected to the get silk thread. That is the main thing. So the silk is first of all obtained from the cocoon as a thread. And next one, student, rearing of silkworm. So what is rearing? The female silk moth lay 100 of eggs at the time. At a single time, it will lay 100 of the eggs. The eggs are stored carefully in a strip of the paper or a cloth. Then the farmer keeps eggs under the hygienic condition. They warm, then it is a suitable temperature to the larva to hatch from the eggs. Then student, processing of silk. How they are produced silk? The cocoon are collected and boiled in the water to kill the insecticide. We are applying the warm water to kill the cocoons. Correct? Then the resulting of the known as raw silks are obtained from this cocoon. The silk fiber are separated out from the cocoon. This is the processing of silks. Finally, student, the reeling of silks. The process of making of the fiber from the cocoon for use to silk is known as reeling. The processing of fiber from the cocoon or used to silk is known as reeling. The reeling is done in the specified machine. The reeling machine is there for the reeling of silks. Fiber are spun into silk thread which are woven into a silk cloth by the weaves. Weaves means weaving. So you know very well the two different process to make a fiber, weaving and knitting. The silk fiber are made by the weaving process. Thank you, students.